Hello Leo, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a weekly reading from the 11th of September. Alright, I will do the sound bowl just to tune in, but just to make you aware, I'm in a temporary space at the moment because I've been traveling for 3 days. Alright, so let's start off with the sound bowl just to tune in. For one ping, you can join me if you like. I'm going to take a breath in and out. Okay, so breath in and exhale. Okay, Leo, let us see what the week is bringing you. We are going to do a cross of truth. It tells me where you're at, what you want, what's working in your favor, the challenge, and the outcome. And we will clarify. Okay, Leo, for the week of September the 11th, for their highest good, please. Fool card wants to jump out. Okay. Alright, where you at? 10 of Swords, which you desire, the Star, that's working in your favor, 8 of Cups, the Challenge is the Magician, and the outcome is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so you're starting off at a position of a bit like, oh good God, there's no way I can revive this situation. Okay, this is like, I feel, it's weird because like, it's like you feel like saying, you know, I've had enough. There's no way I can resurrect this. This is over. This is dead and over with. But I don't feel like it's hitting you too much in the heart space. I think it's just mental, like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay. The desire here, what you really are hoping for is the Star card, which is beautiful. Okay, so the Star card is basically saying that you recognize that the only way to embrace something new and exciting and hope for the future is if I just say goodbye to this one thing. It's so important. And what's working in your favor is that walking away, okay, with the 8 of Cups. Now, the challenge might be you might not know how to kind of maneuver the situation with regards to the Magician, but we will clarify. Ultimately, the outcome of the week is extremely positive. Knight of Cups. So someone's either coming towards you, offering their cup of love, okay? Or you are deciding, you know what, I need to follow my heart in this situation. Okay, so let's clarify. I'm kind of curious to see whether this is happening more on the love front or more on worky-fied stuff. So let's have a look. We're going to clarify. Okay, Leo. Under the 10 of Swords, we have 2 of Swords, Death, 5 of Pentacles. Under the Star, we've got the 2 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, nice, and the 3 of Wands, yes. Under the 8 of Cups, we have the 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles. Under the Magician, we have the Hanged Man, the Ace of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. And under the Knight of Cups, we have the 10 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you are definitely recognizing that something's dead, done, over with. You almost are tempted to not do anything about it with that 2 of Cups deck. We've got the 2 of Cups, the Death card, and the 5 of Cups. Okay, so you may be tempted to kind of go, no, I don't want to, where do I go from here? What do I do? I can't, if I go this way, that's going to mess up. If I go this way, that's going to mess up. It might feel a little bit like a stalemate situation, but I think deep down, Leo, you know that it's over and you're going to take a new path with the Death card. Okay, it comes with the 5 of Cups, meaning like, why did I even bother? Why did I put so much energy into that, right? But that's kind of normal, you know, when we say goodbye to things, when we close certain cycles up, it is important to have a slight grieving process, okay? But ultimately, that Death card overrides all of it. You know deep down that there is transformation happening, and you have this particular situation which you recognize there's no turning back on this. All right, now this Star energy, the thing that you're putting your focus on, it's a major arcana, it's a beautiful energies. One of my favorite energies of the tarot is the star. It's following your north node. It's choosing to see the glass as half full, you know, trusting in the universe, trusting in yourself, knowing that there is, it is a wish fulfillment card, okay? So you're like pulling the energy towards you, which is beautiful. It's clarified by the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands, okay? So what's happening over here is having said goodbye to something that was quite difficult to say goodbye to, right? But recognizing you can't do anything about it. It's done, right? Cannot go that way. Within doing that, you're starting to look into the horizon and figure out, well, where do I go from here? What's my next step? Okay. And you're starting to resource, it's like you're going back to the drawing board and you're looking at your skill set, your talents, your strengths, your personality traits, and you're working out how to make the next move. I do feel that you're pulling in people who've got your back to help support you. So this could definitely refer to the workplace over here. Yes, it can refer to love as well. But I'm feeling a lot of Wands energy. I'm feeling a lot of kind of like, say for example, you've been working on a project and you basically only reached like, you couldn't complete it, and now you've had that moment of like, there's no point in completing this because you know it's not going to work the way it's been set up. And so that could be very distressing. However, if had you not reached that point, you might not be able to move on to the success of the next one. So everything is a building block, okay? So you are in that process. I feel like you're looking to resource and pull what you can salvage, and what can you do with that moving forward, okay? But the current situation that you've got, the way it's been working is not going to work anymore, and you know that deep down, okay? Even though you might be a little bit confused as to how to manage it, I feel like the desire here is you have a very positive outset, I can't think of the word, positive view, and you're looking at it very responsibly and you're not jumping to any conclusions, you're not being impulsive in this, and you're salvaging everything that you have that you can use for the future, all right? It's working in your favor is at Eight of Cups. So by walking away, you serve yourself extremely well, okay? It is something that you have worked really, really hard on, but you recognize that it's just not doing it for you, okay? And we've got us clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles here. So we've got a situation that by walking away, it is a bit tiresome because you put so much energy into this, so much love, so much resource, so much labor. It's like a labor of love. But now you're recognizing, no. There's something else. There's something else that's kind of calling my name. Now, we are all kind of conditioned in society when we grow up to like do something and stick at it and just control it, right? And slowly I think humanity are recognizing that there's certain things that we need to detach ourselves from and work more with the flow and allow ourselves to not get so attached, because when we're so attached to something, it becomes like a controlling mechanism, and then ultimately what we're doing is we're building up barriers because we become so fixated that it has to go this way, okay? And then what happens is anything that would happen, we just never come into our environment because we haven't sort of made space for it. So I feel like you're making space for it. Feels to me like you've whatever you've worked on, you're turning something around. It's almost like you're taking one item and you're employing something from the past and you're putting it in the recipe. You're putting it in the mix, okay? And I don't feel, again, I feel this is quite similar to a reading recently about not telling anyone about it. I feel like you're keeping this to yourself and you're being very, I would say, cautious with your finances as you do so. Even if this were to relate to matters of the heart, it would be that case of kind of, if you're deciding you're walking away from a partner, you're kind of looking at what energies you normally put into a relationship, okay? And there may be something from the past energy that you have been not addressing and now you're bringing that in, or activating an element of kind of privacy within yourself. So if you were to meet someone again, it's like you're not giving everything out on a plate from the beginning. It's like, okay, you know what, it's important I exercise caution because my valuing system is stronger now, and I don't just want anybody, you know, it needs to be of a certain level, and they need to meet me in a level. So I feel like you're doing a lot of this kind of reflection as well. Now the challenge is that you feel, even though you're moving forward, you may not be able to make a decision just yet, because you've got the so the Magician, right, is my manifestation card, right? Okay, that's the challenge. It's like you might be struggling to figure out, well, how do I bring all of these tools together to make this happen? What is it that I want, that I'm moving away from? I'm doing something new, but I'm struggling to kind of, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that this is the challenge for the week, okay? We've got the Hangman, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So it feels to me like you wanting to just jump ahead and make this stuff happen very quickly. Now that you've said goodbye, you want to kind of get going. But you're needing a bit of a pause. Well, what's actually necessary this week is to take a step back, because when you take a step back, you recognize that there are more ways of doing something, more avenues to get what it is that you want, okay? And you may be a little bit confused. So your energy levels this week may be a little bit kind of splintered in many departments, which makes it very difficult for the universe to kind of go, well, okay, Leo, you've been very clear, so we'll give you what you want, right? I feel like there's a little bit of kind of splintered energy, and it could all be more focused on wanting to make sure that the things that you work on, you get the return, okay? Now that could be business, relationships, anything of work in the community, even the health, all right? So your focus is, well, what am I putting into, what am I getting out, right? But you might be struggling to make the next step because it's all over the place. I do think it's a really good idea to be bringing in your team. That's going to really serve you, to be looking at the drawing board of your past and where your skill set lies, okay? Because what's actually happening through all of that energy is you starting to recognize the heart. So forget the physical finances, forget the density, forget the he said, she said, forget all that. Now you're looking on heart. Where should I follow my heart? What is my heart telling me to do? Okay, so that's the outcome of the week, the Knight of Cups. So you will be following your heart, okay? For some of you, if you've been waiting for somebody to contact you with matters of the heart, there will be, but they're taking their time about it, perhaps because they've got something that needs to come to an end, all right? The wheels need to turn for that. But for you, you recognize that if you trust in your heart and you just end this final thing off with the 10 of Wands there, then the wheel of fortune will turn, and you'll start to be reinvigorated with your momentum of knowing how to apply yourself, okay? So I think your first port of call is to really just allow yourself to walk away, reprocess, kind of gather your intel about where you're at, and then you're like, okay, well, if I were to follow my heart, what would that look like, okay? And if you do that, that's going to give you the momentum and the drive to close off a cycle, close off a burden, right? Put an end to it. We are Mercury retrograde, so this is closing up unfinished business, unresolved business. When you do that, the wheel turns in your favor, and not only then are you following your heart, but it translates into how you can apply yourself physically with your energy and your sense of spirit. So it is a beautiful outcome, okay? Yes, it's starting off a bit tricky, I must admit, but it's like, I really do believe that we are in the time of, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no, okay? There are so many options available to humanity, even through sheer perspective. When we think sometimes we are trapped, we are never trapped. There's always another way of looking at something, all right? And I feel like what's happening more so now is because we are bombarded with a sheer volume of timelines to jump onto or avenues to take, then I think it's important to start kind of putting the standards up, putting the stakes up, and kind of going, you know what? If it's not 100% yes, then it's 100% no. It's like people stopping, it's important to stop being so wishy-washy with your dreams, you know, and your abilities and your sense of worth. It's important to now to be extremely certain about it. Does it suit me? Yes. Go, right? Does it suit me? No. You know? All right, so what do we have, please, for Leo for this week, for their highest good? So we've got 2 cards. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? It's a beautiful card. And then we have transformation, which I know you're already going through because of that death card, right? There we go. So this is things are changing at a cellular level and deep healing. Well, we know you've got deep healing because we had that star card over there, all right? But this is, you are going through a bit of a metamorphosis, okay? So all of these things in your life that are just not adding up, cut it out. Cut it out, okay? Because really what's happening, you are deep down, you are transforming into the priestess, into that of knowing your own worth, and as you do so, you can lead the way, okay? So Spirit here is basically saying, you've got a responsibility, not only to yourself, but to other people, okay? And that is by being true to yourself. So you need to be leading with, leading from experience. You need to be guiding the way. And the only way to do that is to bring your levels of self-worth and can-do attitude to a whole new level game plan. Because if things are changing at a cellular level, that tells me that there's your DNA is being activated with higher consciousness. Your perspective is graduating, it's expanding even higher, okay? And you may be able to see the bigger picture more than anybody else can, all right? So this is why, in seeing that, this is why it's like, I was saying that you feel like you can't really go forward, but deep down you actually know, right? You can't cheat yourself on this one, all right? Because you've got work to do for the rest of humanity, or the rippling effect of your vibrations, all right? So huge transformation. It's very positive. Yes, we don't like change. It always feels a little bit sticky, but by the end of this week, you're going to be feeling a lot more positive. So that's what I have for you, Leah. I really hope it helps. I hope it resonated. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. It helps to tell me that I should continue doing these things. If you'd like to subscribe, please go ahead. It's totally free. And if you want a personal reading, check out my website, loveItOrMore.com, or check out the information box below. All right, have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.